Welcome aboard to podcast 26 in the series of the Voyage to Yonder. When we take time to sit still and look at our lives or the lives of people around us, we can begin to see patterns. We might see the same story everywhere, and though it might have different characters playing the roles, the plot is still the same. Seeking love and fulfillment outside of ourselves and finding disappointment at the end of that story. Or maybe life comes across as a joke. A victim, a villain, and a hero walk into a bar. For those are usually the main characters in our story when we're not remembering the mighty, powerful, eternal, supernatural spirit beings that we are. When we remember that we are more than this character we're playing on the stage, we can realize that we are the captain of our own ship. We chose to come here upon these oceans to have this adventure. Every wave of emotion we feel in our lives is attached to a choice we've made about a belief about ourselves, whether it's a conscious or subconscious choice. When we're angry, maybe we're in defensive fight mode from some fear about ourselves. Someone is probably challenging a personal belief that we've made a part of our definition. And we fear that if they prove us wrong, that we will be lost, rejected, or unlovable. What if they're saying in so many words that I'm not a good father, a good mother, good sister, good brother? I'm not a good child, good husband, good wife, good boss, good employee, good citizen, good student. Or maybe I'm not a good child of God. There are so many things we're taught to use to define ourselves. So many beliefs to defend and protect. When we're feeling low, sad or depressed, maybe we're in running flight mode, running from the fear of not being enough, or maybe of failing in one of those many definitions we've created of who we're supposed to be. The world we see around us is through our own eyes. We see our own reality. We might have no idea what other people are seeing through their own eyes because they are influenced by their own experiences and their own definitions of who they think they are supposed to be, and even who they think we are supposed to be. We're surrounded by many mirrors, reflecting back to us how we feel about ourselves. These mirrors, these people and circumstances reflect back the internal judgments that we have for ourselves. And though at first it might feel like, they're external judgments of those outer individuals and situations. Our own emotions are flags that show us there is something that can be looked at inside of ourselves. When I say, you make me angry, maybe what I'm actually saying is something I noticed about you has caused me to be angry with myself. Something I think I've seen has triggered fear inside of me and caused me to go into defensive or attack stance. I've prepared for battle to protect my opinion about myself, no matter how low of an opinion that might be. When I say, you made me cry, maybe what I'm really saying is that something I think I heard you say or something I think I saw you do caused me to judge myself unworthy. And that triggered feelings of less and loss within me. Rather than attacking as I did when I was angry, instead I retreat into myself to take on a victim role in order to get attention and love from others on the outside of me. That's why babies cry, to get the attention of others to solve its discomfort. But the resolution is usually temporary because we'll get hungry again, we'll have growing pains again, and we'll have dirty diapers again. We might point our fingers at others, accusing them of steering our ship into a rocky sea or to a giant storm. But then we notice we are the only ones with our hands on the steering wheel of our ship. We are the captains of our own ship. Only we control the helm, guiding ourselves through the emotional waves of the mighty seas of love. And we do have our invisible crew of those unconditionally loving beings that are there to support us, but they never grab the wheel. They're there to advise and support, but they know that this is our adventure, and the Creator has given us free will to experience what we will on this voyage to back yonder. We're never alone. If we want some advice from our invisible friends, all we have to do is shut up and then listen. When we're doing all the talking and have noise around us 24/7, how can we hear clearly? Maybe draw a hot bath, light a candle, turn off the lights, become calm, focus on love, and then listen. Answers will come in a gentle way. Or maybe go for a walk in nature. Focus on the path, each step that you're taking, looking at the flowers, the trees, the birds, and squirrels, focusing on love. Become still in your inner self, and the answers will come. I've had many wonderful people in my life, but everything changed when I discovered the bestest friend I could ever have. Someone who was always with me, knew me like no one else, and loved me unconditionally, no matter what. I found me, the higher me, the inner me, that amazing supernatural being that is made from unconditional love. We're taught to look outside ourselves for love and contentment, but those things are unstable. The only stable thing I have found in my life is that inner unconditional love that comes from another place outside this world. The love that is from me, the love that comes from the Mother and Father of all things, our Creator. My life transformed as I realized that I was the captain of my own ship. I was not at the whim of people and situations outside of my control. My course, my self-worth, and my definition came from my own helm, and that was in my own hands. Can any human treat me better than I can treat myself? Does any human know us better than we know ourselves? Can any human give us anything more than we can give ourselves? Something that helped me answer those questions and bring new awareness home was making every day a be kind to myself day. And I'd ask myself, How am I going to show myself kindness today? One day I looked in the mirror deep into my eyes and told myself that I am loved unconditionally. And then I winked at myself. Another day, I gave myself permission to take time to just sit and be at peace and feel the love. Other days, I let myself off the hook for the day. I gave myself a little get out of judgment card that I used all day for myself. And when I felt like it, I used it for other people too. Other times I let myself be a bystander, not needing to compete and try to be what I thought everyone wanted me to be. I got to stand right there, right then in the moment, and be me, me, me. One time, I even held my own hands and told myself that I loved myself. The sea's calm as the captain within me realizes that all the external things are just a giant improv skit. We get to decide what each moment means about us. We can pay attention to our own emotional waves and steer through them with new understanding and unconditional love. And then as events unfold in my life, I can be thankful for whatever comes, greet it with unconditional love, and then choose to watch or join into the skit. I can be grateful that if I do join into the skit, I can be a villain, a hero, or a victim without judgment from the real audience of unconditionally loving beings. We are here to experience, experience, experience. And experience we will. And if we are quiet and still, we can hear the applause, applause, applause. Until next episode, take some deep breaths, Captain. Be kind to yourself. Because the life you see through the eyes of how you feel about you. Take some more deep breaths, Captain. You can stop worrying about what other people think of you. That's really none of your business. That's out of your control. That's the steering wheel on someone else's ship way over there. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. That's all you can control. I find it difficult to be kind to other people when I'm not being kind to myself first. And we might find ourselves giving to others, hoping and expecting to be loved and given to in return. We might also become resentful later when we're not receiving kindness and love in return because those others are being kind to themselves first and not to us. I've found that if I fill myself up first with unconditional love and kindness, that is when I am most happiest, and resentment does not enter my waves of emotion. I feel full and whole, and then others get to enjoy the overflow of that unconditional love and kindness without expectation from me. It's freely given without condition. Maybe, just maybe, the best gift we can give the world is a healthy us, not a drained, starved for kindness us. Enjoy your voyage. I love you.